Okay, chapter 12, final chapter. Grandfathered health plan is any group health plan to which Section 42 and 1801 of the U.S. Code applies. The section pertains to a plan participant's right to maintain existing coverage when the insured changes plans. Dread disease policy provides benefits for a specific disease. Insurers include a coordination of benefits provision in group plans to control over-insurance. A qualified beneficiary must give written notice to an insurer within 63 days of termination. The guaranteed issue provision stipulates that during the 6-month period after someone eligible for Medicare coverage by age signs up for Part B, no insurance company can exclude, discriminate, or nor deny that person coverage. LTC partnerships allow those who use their private LTC benefits to apply for Medicare coverage without having to meet some means testing requirements. The Florida Healthy Kids Corporation provides health insurance coverage to children who don't have comprehensive, affordable health care services. The policy owner, which is the employer, receives master policy, while the employees they get a certificate of insurance and group insurance. The Florida Comprehensive Health Association was designed to guarantee health insurance to any Florida resident who was unable to get health coverage due to poor health. However, that was discontinued. In Florida, long-term care benefits may be triggered by the inability for someone to perform 3 activities of daily living. Hospice provides short-term continuous care in a home-like setting to terminally ill people with life expectancies of 6 months or less.
Yeah.
A long-term care insurance shopper's guide must be provided in the format developed by the NAIC, National Associations of Insurers, Commission.
Yeah.
The insured must notify the insurer of a newly born dependent, and if additional payment is required, pay within 30 days. The insured must notify the insurer of this election within 31 days of the termination of group coverage.
Yeah.
Insurers are prohibited from requesting a person or relative of a person to supply genetic information. Small group employers made up of 50 employees. Coverage of a newborn doesn't include transportation costs of up to $3,000 if medically necessary. A prepaid plan, no health care provider receives additional amounts of compensation dependent on the procedure performed. The notice regarding replacement must inform the applicant of the 30-day free look provision of the replacing policy. Most HMOs operate through a group enrollment system, either at their place of employment or as a member of an association.
Yeah.
If a person won the state lottery and the state sent him a check each month for the next 25 years, that would be referred to as an immediate annuity. Pure Life Annuity Settlement Option provides payments as long as the annuitant is alive. Hospital blankets don't fall under the definition of durable medical equipment. A person who has Medicare Part D coverage upon reaching the out-of-pocket cap, which is $2,000, would not be required to pay a co-payment or co-insurance for medications for the rest of the year. The 2 terms associated directly with the way an annuity is funded are single payment or periodic payments. Installments for a fixed period equate to the time period selected for benefits by the annuitant, while the insurer determines the amount of each payment. Whole life is permanent protection. That type of premium that both universal life and variable universal life policies have is referred to as a flexible premium. Diagnostic and preventive care is part of dental expense insurance plan. but not typically found in a medical expense insurance plan.
Yeah.
Contributions to a health savings account, HSA, become tax deductible. Any additional benefit covered in Medicare Supplement Plan B, Plans B through N, is a Medicare Part A deductible. Only an insurer's EO, which is an executive officer, has the authority to make changes to an insurance policy.
Yeah.
HSA health savings account contributions made by an employer are not included in the determination of individuals' taxable income. Under an extended term non-forfeiture option, the policy cash value is converted to the same amount as in the whole life policy. 6 months is the waiting period on a waiver of premium rider in life insurance policies.
Yeah.
The COBRA Act only applies to employers who have 20 or more employees. With life insurance, the death benefit creates an immediate estate should the insurer die. Someone who works 400 hours per year would not qualify for a COEG plan. Universal Life Option A has IRS required corridor or gap between the cash value and the death benefit. The probationary period is a new waiting period that applies to new employees who must wait a certain period of time before they can enroll in the group plan. In a replacement situation, all of the following must be considered except assets. The period of time immediately following a disability during which benefits are not payable are the elimination period. Fixed period installments are not dividend plans. The longer the elimination period, the lower the cost of coverage. Target premium in a universal life policy is the recommended amount to keep the policy in force throughout its lifetime. The time frame for filing relevant suspicious activity reports is within 30 days of initial discovery. An insurance contract, that's an aleatory contract in that it requires a relatively small amount of premium for a large risk. Group plans must pay short-term disability benefits on a weekly basis. Medicaid is not solely a federally administered program. According to the PPACA rules, the percentage of healthcare costs
What is PPA?
it's something long. It's according to those rules, the percentage of healthcare costs covered under a bronze plan is 60%. Payment of claims prevents reimbursement to someone other than the PO. Life income joint and survivor settlement option guarantees income for 2 or more recipients until they pass. MIB, Medical Information Bureau, that is a nonprofit organization that maintains underwriting information on applicants for life and health insurance. Employees can reduce health plan costs by coupling a HRA with a high deductible health plan. The performance of the policy portfolio determines the cash value of a variable life insurance policy. The insuring clause of a disability policy doesn't state the method of premium payments. The employer determines eligibility and contribution limits in an HRA. Contracts of adhesion are written as take it or leave it kind of contract. Insureds that are preferred risk have lower premiums. Universal life policy allows withdrawals and partial surrenders. Generally, policies don't exclude conditions in which an insured dies in a plane crash when that person is, a fare-paying passenger. And then, of course, insurance, that's the transfer of risk. Co-payment is a set dollar amount. Co-insurance is the percentage of the expenses. There is no deductible for basic surgical expense in insurance. A policy assignment transfers rights of ownership from the owner to another person. And then, of course, Medicare has 4 parts. Straight life and annuity settlement provides the highest monthly income. During partial withdrawal from a universal life policy, the portion is taxed in interest. When an insured borrows money from the bank and makes a collateral assignment of a part of the death benefit to secure a loan, that is not third-party ownership in life insurance. Corporation is the owner and beneficiary of the key person life policy. If the corporation collects the policy benefit, then the benefits received tax-free. Variable universal life insurance allows for a flexible premium and variable investment components. If the loan and interest are not repaid and the insured dies, then it will be subtracted from the death benefit. When a reduced paid-up non-forfeiture option is chosen, the face amount of the policy is reduced to the amount of what the cash value would buy as a single premium. The 2 types of flexible spending accounts are healthcare accounts and dependent care accounts. The secondary addressee provision protects the insured who are over the age of 64. Insurers need a certificate of authority to legally transact insurance in the state of Florida. The Florida Employee Health Care Access Act regulates health insurance provisions provided by insurers. Twisting, that is the misrepresentation to persuade an insured owner to cancel, switch, or lapse policies from one to another.